Good morning, good morning. Actually, it's not good morning. It is officially noon here on Long Island. How are all of you on this beautiful summer Saturday? I live for days like this. I may be a minute early here, so I'm going to get me up on my page here. Hopefully this goes correctly. And I'm going to wait for Elizabeth to come share me in to the Memphis Bells group, which I am so excited to be a part of. Woohoo! So I'm going to give that a minute and see if that happens, because we all know that I struggle with this technical stuff. We don't know. Okay, awesome. People are coming on. I don't know that I am shared into the group yet today, but welcome, welcome. Good afternoon. Garden Bug Designs, how are you? Katie, help? What do we need help with? Oh, I was going to say, geez, I just came on and there's help already. I must be doing something wrong. Anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday to all. I hope you're having a fabulous day. How fun. Oh, I see Elizabeth's here, so I'm hoping that I am shared in. Thank you, Elizabeth. Happy Saturday to everyone. How fun to have a Flamingo themed event. But I have to tell you something funny. I was so happy and excited when Elizabeth of Ellie's Attic asked me to join this event. How fun. She told me it was going to be a flamingo event, everything that I love, because right away I think tropical and warm, and that's just right up my alley. So I started thinking, hey, Miss Nadia, how are you? Thanks for jumping on. Jeremiah Dreams, Teresa, how are you? So I was all excited about this flamingo. I'm like, this is right up my alley. And of course, then a group chat starts of everyone who's going to be in the event. By the way, fabulous creators all day. You really have to watch. How much fun. But then I started seeing the event about the pink chicken. So it would not be unusual for me to get confused about things like that. And I'm like, did I misunderstand? It's not about flamingos. It's about chickens. What's a pink chicken? I don't know that I've ever seen a pink chicken. Where am I going to get a pink chicken? And what am I going to do with a pink chicken? And how do you make a pink chicken look pretty or cute? Or I was like, oh, for the love of God, why did I agree to this? I don't know if I could do a pink chicken. I like to think of myself as creative, but I have limits. Anyway, apparently some people refer to flamingos as pink chickens. Who knew? I didn't know. But I'm happy to know that it's actually a flamingo. I hope all of you caught Eileen before me. That's my Lucy. For those of you that don't know, people refer to us as Lucy and Ethel. And I see that she named her flamingo Lucy. But I'm not naming mine Ethel. I don't know. Just doesn't flow with the thought that I had in my mind. Hi, Justin. How are you? Wendy. So mine's not going to be Ethel. Meet Fernanda. How pretty is Fernanda? Love Fernanda. And she has to meet Flo and Thelma and Louise and Lucy. They could all hang out and have a blast. Char, I loved your arrangement. And Elizabeth, yours was just so cute. Love it. Stinking love it. Aw, thank you. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Lori with Interior Jewels. I design and create wreaths, floral pieces, home decor. So today I'm going to be making a wreath. And Fernanda is going to come live on this wreath. And now this is the tricky part. See, we always struggle with doing things like this live when we don't do certain things ahead of time. So I'm going to take my wreath down just while I try and place Fernanda. And hopefully Fernanda will cooperate. You know, we sort of just go with it. If it doesn't work, we keep going until I am using zip ties to connect Fernanda here. And as I said, hopefully Fernanda, so far so good, Fernanda. We're off to a good start. Sometimes you have to play with these things, and I have big hands. I lovingly refer to as man hands, and I have nails too. So sometimes it's hard for me to get in tricky places. Eileen and I always laugh about that because, as you saw before me, Eileen makes fake bakes. And she's so good at it, but many of the things, I loved her cake, by the way. Many of the things that she does is very small. And I lovingly refer to her items as the land of little. Something that I can't do. First of all, she mentioned that you need patience to do that. I don't have patience. And I don't have little hands to get into those places. Oh, of course, Fernanda's not. Why isn't it catching? Bear with me. Fernanda's giving me a problem. Come on, Fernanda. Why is Fernanda not catching? Bear with me. See, you don't have patience either. I can relate. Eileen's laughing at me. Okay, Fernanda's cooperating now. Let me just cut these off, and Fernanda has officially arrived to her new home. Look at how cute Fernanda is going to be. I love this. So when I thought of Fernanda, of course, I love working with florals and ribbons, so I immediately thought I want to do hot pink and orange. So here was, Fernanda obviously was my inspiration, but here's what I want to add to Fernanda. But then when I was thinking about it, oh, I got to go figure out a name now. Exactly, the pressure. Not only was I okay, I can work with a flamingo, then it turns into a chicken, then it's back to a flamingo, and now I got to name her? Oh my God, the pressure. I didn't want to get stressed. Hey, Heather. Hey, Heather, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. Meet Fernanda. This is Fernanda. Fernanda's going to meet up with all the other flamingos later. So again, this was the colorway that I wanted to go. But then I said, you know what? I think we need to add some turquoise. How pretty is that? So tropical and just luscious with these colors. You're all going to be coming up. Hi, Lindsay. How are you? Thanks so much for hopping on. So I'm going to add some mesh to this wreath. I did do something in advance. I attached all of my pipe cleaners, which is how I am going to attach this mesh, which will become the background for this. I just think that mesh adds a fun little element, especially when you're working with fun colors like this. But I am going to add great tropical greenery in palms and ferns. And I thought, oh, how fun. I just love these. I'm such a summer tropical person, even though I live on Long Island. So we have long, cold, miserable winters that last forever. It's like I could take it up until about Christmas. Then after that, I'm done. I've had enough. I need warmth. I need sunshine. The darkness that seems to last forever. Just, oh. So when I think of designs like this just makes me happy. I don't sound like a New York accent? Well, thank you so much. Please tell me what your first name is. I know I went and followed all of you last night, so I'm so excited to be able to follow new people and see your fabulous creativity, but I need to learn your names. And Eileen, who was before me, you have to tell me if anybody watched her. Do you think that she has a New York accent? I do become very conscious of that sometimes, so as not to try and sound so New York. Not, even though I'm proud of being from New York. Minnesota. I feel your winter blues, however, I can't handle the heat. I guess I'm just going to have to get used to being cold. Well, the heat can get to you, but I like being, the beach is one of my favorite places. The beach, the pool, I like to be near water. I mean, I don't particularly like to sweat, but I so prefer the warm to the cold, for sure. And I apologize, in working on a wreath, when I really need to, this is the way that I'm used to working with having this on a stand. Some people do work with it on a table, and I just can't work like that because this table is high. So many times you're looking at the back of my head. I'm sorry. Eileen is definitely New York. Eileen, I don't know if you're still on here. Eileen may be running to the beach. That's so funny. And I agree. But I'm glad that you couldn't tell that I was from New York. I like people guessing. Where's she from? I am mixing two different meshes here. They're both in the turquoise family, but different shades. And I said the more the merrier as far as color. Let's make this fun and exciting. Oh, she's still here, you think? Yeah, I think I think, Miss Lucy. And Eileen, I shut you off at the last few minutes because I had to set my camera up. But I truly loved that cake. And the first thing that went through my mind was that would be so fun to decorate a themed event. It was very elegant. Imagine if you were having a shower or a summertime luau. How cool would that be? I really loved it. Then as tabletop decor, we can have Char's floral piece and Elizabeth's flow. Loved flow. It really was so cool. I loved it with that dripping, the flowers cascading down the cake. Loved it. Loved it, loved it. All right, see, my big fingers are getting in the way here. Got it. Sometimes it ain't easy being me. It ain't easy being me. I won't start singing. That happens to be something that I say something and it brings the lyrics of a song to mind. Flo goes on the bar. Perfect. Yes, yes. A reminder to people not to get too tipsy. That's hysterical. Flamazing. Yes, Justin. That reminds me, I have a few flamingo fun facts. Do you know what a group of flamingos is called? Let's see if anybody really knows. I'm just cutting off the extra pipe cleaner when I tie these in. Nope, it's not a flock. Anybody else have any guesses? I have buzz on me. It's definitely not a flock, not a gaggle. Get the flock out of here. A group of flamingos is called flamboyants. How cool is that? Flamboyants. I think that they are a fabulous bird. They're very, what's the word? Because they're tall and graceful and those long, sexy legs. Of course it is. Come on, who really knew that? Did anyone? I actually did know that. I may not know many things, but I did know that. Flamboyant flamingos. Yes, and you know what baby flamingos are called? This is a cute one. Nope, nobody knows. No guesses on that one? I missed one of my ties here. Hold on. Let's get this in. See how using this mesh on a wreath becomes a great filler. It fills it in so nicely. And again, I'm going to add all greenery to this, so you won't see it in such detail, but it's going to add a lot of fullness to it. Did you see the photos of the flamingo on Long Island? No, I did not. We're not supposed to have flamingos on Long Island. It's not warm enough here. Did not hear about that. Do tell. It's Flo. Did I say what a baby flamingo was? A flamingette. No, wait, a flaminglet. Try saying that 10 times fast. A flaminglet is a baby flamingo. Isn't that so cute? A flaminglet hanging out in a flamboyance. Wow. That's why I felt that I had to name Fernanda an F name and not go with Ethel. We're all about F today. Oh, you have to say it. You'll have to let me know, Eileen. I really did not hear about that. I know that we're not supposed to. That's probably the same one that showed up in the Ocean City, Maryland. What? Really? I'm missing out on these current events. I have not heard about that. I try and stay away from the news. It depresses me. Unless it's about flamingos. I'd be happy to hear about flamingos. Absolutely. Is anybody else on here from New York? You live 15 minutes from Ocean City, Maryland. Did you hear about flamingos, Heather? Did you hear? Because I did not hear. How many more I got here? I'm just going to use up all my mesh. Is it a beautiful day in Maryland, Heather? It's so nice here. And I have to get ready to go. I'm going to have to watch some of you on replay, which I look forward to because I know when I come home then I'll have something fun to do, but I'll be off to baseball again. Much of my summer is spent at my grandson's baseball games, but I love it. We're like the cool posse. We have to bring out cheering crowd. It's gorgeous, right, Heather? Oh. I really would like to be at the beach. I have not gotten to the beach yet. It's on my list. Eileen, are you going to get to the beach today? I've never been to Maryland's, Heather. I have to put that on my list because you're not so far away. And I like to go places that the ocean is near. The beach, yes. You getting ready to go? Okay. Today is the day to go because I think we're going to have a cloudy day tomorrow. So soak it up all today. Soak up those rays. Let's just get this in here. And we should be good. You know what? I feel like we're a little bald there, so I'm going to add another one here. Hey, Jamie, how are you? thanks so much for hopping on. I'm just gonna pull this here and put in one more piece of mesh here. We got a little bald spot. And we don't want any bald spots. No bald spots on Fernanda. Do you have nice weather by you today, Jamie? Everybody seems to be having a good day, except for poor Elizabeth. I'm sorry, Elizabeth. I know you said that it was raining there. Cut this off. And there, I think we got some fullness done. What do we think? Fernanda now, it's almost like Fernanda is in the beautiful blue waters. Love it. Fernanda makes a lot of noise. Ah, you're out by the pool. Oh, I love it. My pool is all ready to go, but I have not been in it yet because water's a little chilly. Water's a little chilly. Okay, I'm gonna put those on the side, and now I'm gonna start with beautiful greenery. I have some palms, and I have these tropical looking leaves. You know, sometimes when I'm doing a wreath, I don't always use a bush. I will buy a garland and cut these into pieces. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do now, is cut these into pieces. I don't remember where I got that from either. I'm sorry, I've had that for quite some time. I don't use mesh a lot, to be honest with you. I mainly do, if I'm doing a wreath, I mainly do grapevine wreaths. But I do love, in some of the designs, especially the more whimsical ones, using some mesh. So I have a whole bunch of it. As a matter of fact, funny story, I have them in a box, and I have the box on its side with the rolls like this so that I can see the colors. And I came down here yesterday, and every single one was on the floor. The whole box fell over. As though I didn't have enough cleaning up to do. I'm just going to cut this off into pieces because this is how I use my garlands then. The pieces that I want to use, I just cut off. Oh, your pool's not open yet. You got to get that pool up. What is Tom doing? Do you need me to call Tom? Got to get that pool open. We actually opened ours early. And again, I feel like we have such a short season. I mean, it's just, time just goes by so fast anyway. I mean, don't you agree? It's just crazy how time flies. He's slacking for sure. That the summer season just truly, just blink of an eye, gone. So I like to get started as soon as possible. Get the, even if I'm not in it, it's pretty to look at. I wanted to plant my flowers around it, get all my summer stuff outside. I just really only finished putting all of my summer stuff outside this week. And it makes me feel so much better to go out there now because we really do spend our summer in the yard. My husband just put up the TV out there today. See, now I cut all of that, and look at how much individual pieces I have. And these are going to go in here. And we're going to get some tropical vibes going here. That's what we're doing. Let's move that. Do a lot of you go on vacation in the summer? Like, we don't go on vacation in the summer because I love Long Island in the summer. We just have gorgeous beaches, gorgeous waterfront places to be. I mean, even if we're not, even my own yard, I love being in the summer. I like vacationing in the winter when it's cold and gloomy and yucky here. I know many times people, especially with people with young children, because they're off from school, will vacation in the summer. But I much prefer to vacation in the winter. See now how pretty the tropicalness just starts to come out now. I just have to fix this for 1 second. And okay. I hope that my video is coming in okay, because I keep losing. I need to have my computer screen on too to see comments, because my phone, which I'm recording on, is too far away and I can't see. I can't see. So I need to see them on my computer. Is anyone else? I was kind of checking out everybody's page. Like I said, last night I went to follow all of you, and I'm so excited to see new people and new creations. I know Jeremiah Dreams, Teresa is up after me. You're a fellow Nookie as well, right? Many of us are in the same coaching group. Well, I don't know about many of us, but I recognized Teresa, who is such a talented artist. So I'm excited to see what you have planned for us. So fun. Isn't that? And it looks really tropical, right? Summer is hot here. I like the fall, winter. We stay in Texas. I know, Lindsay. A lot of people say that in Florida too. And I guess it's just the opposite of us. Like, we stay in the winter in the heat, and you guys stay in the summer in the air conditioner, right? Look, I lost one of my leaves. Don't fret, because we can fix that. Not a problem. What would we do without our glue guns? My favorite tool, my glue gun. Okay. Let's see here. I just want these peeking down. And it's amazing, as I start to add things, the wreath starts to grow and get bigger and bigger, which I love, because I love to say, go big or go home. And then comes time for shipping, and I'm like, oh boy, why did I go so big? But I make it work. I make it work. I'll put a little one up there. Everyone is on here. I was going to say, for those of you who are not following each other, please give each other a follow. That's what we're here to help each other grow and support each other. So if you see a follow button next to their names, please give them a follow. How great that we can support each other. I love it. That brings me to another fun fact about flamingos. Have you ever seen the ones that seem to have lost their color and they're not that beautiful bright pink? First of all, those are the females figures, right? But do you know why they lose their color? I feel like a teacher today, giving flamingo facts. Just throwing out the flamingo facts. Danae, how are you? Hello from Beaumont, Texas. I wonder if you and Lindsay are near each other. Do you know each other? I see our two Texans in the group here. I wonder if you are near each other. Like Heather said, it's amazing. You start talking and you see people who are near each other and you're like, oh, what a small world. Haven't had enough shrimp. What does that mean? I turn colors, but It's the females that lose their color because they are giving all nutrition and taking care of their young. Now, we can all relate to that, right? We all give and do for our children and everyone, even when it depletes us as women. So I just thought that that was very interesting. And so true. And how life works, right? It was a guess. Oh, now I get it. You thought that they lost their color because they didn't have enough shrimp. I'm a little slow, Heather. I'm a little slow. I'm a little slow. All right, she has her tropical leaves on her. Now, before I go any further with this, I am going to make a bow. So I like to put my bow on at this point so that it's sitting on top of the mesh, and I don't want to cover it with the additional things that I'm going to put on there before I get my florals on it. My children deplete me too. Of course they do. Whose doesn't? And it's not always only your children. We're always, as women, taking care of other people, right? It's just how we are, how we're wired. Look at these pretty colors I have. Again, it's going to be fun, 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 fun. So let's start with, I need a zip tie here and get myself a piece of wire. I like to use wire when I am attaching a bow to a grapevine so that it doesn't sink in. I really want it to sit on top of this mesh, not be sunken in. Thank you, Lindsay. Oh, I don't want to cut that. What am I doing? What am I doing? All right, let's get a bow started here. Love this turquoise color. So we're going to start with turquoise. I don't know about my tails yet, how I want that to be. As Lucy or Eileen says, I'm winging it. I don't know ahead of time what I'm going to do. I sort of just go with it. So we're going to go with it. Happy Sunday, Denise. How are you? Thanks so much for hopping on. This is a fun way to spend the day if you can sit and watch. I don't know. Nothing makes me happier than watching creators create. And we always learn something too, right? At least I do. Even if what they're working on is not necessarily what I do, there's always tips and tricks and little nuggets that you can take away and use in your own work. Yes. I love this turquoise. Again, because it reminds me of Caribbean waters. And I love the combination of turquoise and orange. And of course you need some hot pink in there. I mean, who doesn't need hot pink in there? Definitely need hot pink in there. I learn from every creator, it seems. Exactly. That's the great part about watching everyone. There's always something to learn. Always. Always. And we learn something new every day, right? I mean, truly, every day we learn something new. Let's make sure I got my loops. We're going to give this 4 loops because why not? Even when I screw up. Exactly. Well, we learn from our own screw ups as well. Not everything can go perfectly, or if you're like me and you get an idea in your mind of something you want to make and you picture how it would turn out, but you haven't necessarily figured out how to make it happen. And you sort of start experimenting. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you always learn something in the process. It's the beauty of being a creator. My husband watches me sometimes in doing things like that. And of course, he's not a creative. He's very black and white, and there's one way to do things, and it has to be done that way. And if it doesn't, you're doing it wrong. And I'm just, don't screw up my mojo. Go away. Aw, really? Who are you learning from, Elizabeth? You can't mean from me. I know it's not from me. Oh, and see, even as I start creating this, I have no idea what I want to do with the tails, so I'm making them longer. I can always cut them shorter once I put them on the wreath. Better to be longer than shorter. I may want to have them cascade down. I don't know. We're going to see how we feel when we do it. Because I mess up and you go, friend, what do you do? Oh, use. Now I know what you're talking about. That's so funny. That's so funny. Use rocks. Use rocks. See, but that's something that you wouldn't know until you start doing it. And you say, oop, I need some weight. What am I going to do? Never thought that this would be so light. Have to figure this out. All right. Got this coming here. Let's cut this tail off. See those pretty colors? I see you mentioning each other's names. I really can't wait to go watch everyone to see what fabulous creations are going to be made. Now, I also have this burlap. I'm just going to cut this into strips. I'm not going to actually make this into loops because I think the color and the texture is so pretty. So I'm just going to lay this in here and let's go with it and see what we come up with here. Flo is already living in my office and loving life. Oh, that's great. We really have to have Flo and Fernanda and Thelma and Louise and Lucy meet each other. And guys, the rest of you, I hope you're working on your names. You got to up the game now. By the time that we get to the end of tonight, and for anyone else hopping on to know that there will be lives all day long. By the time we get to the ends, people will really be, they're going to be putting those of us who went first to shame, right? We can't let that happen. I'm going to put a little bit more of this, and we're just going to keep adding. Go big or go home. I don't know if Fernanda is going to stay in my house. I think Fernanda hopefully will find a home. It's so funny. I had quite a few new people follow me who are from Florida, and I was decorating my deck for summer, and I went with a nautical beachy theme, and so many of them were excited and said, oh, we need some new beachy themes. So I don't know, maybe somebody from Florida is gonna want this. And if not, she'll have a place in my home. I don't know where, but we'll figure that out. We will figure that out. Okay, I have her made. I am going to secure her with a zip tie here. These big hands going again with the zip ties. It ain't easy being me. Make sure I have that centered. I do. I'm going to put in my wire because that's how I'm going to attach her. She'll want to go out dancing with those blingy shoes. Those shoes were adorable. Adorable. Where did you say you found those, Elizabeth, if you're listening? So cute. That's why I know Eileen was talking about her gnomes, and she makes her gnomes, and she makes these little shoes for them. Again, they're this big, not something that I could do, but just the cutest thing. And I'm like, how do you ever think of these things? Or where do you get them from? Okay, got her going. I'm gonna take her down for a minute just so I can, let's see where I want her positioned. I just need to thread her through this grapevine, so give me a second and hopefully she cooperates. Almost. Okay, we got one there. Let's get the other side. And get her threaded through here. This was an easier grapevine. There's nice gaps in this that allow me to do it. Some of them are so tightly woven that it's difficult to get them through it. But I think I have it. I think I do. I think I do. We got it going on. Fernanda has a bow. Put Fernanda back. And now I will cut my tails. Okay, see, now that she's up there, I decided she's not going to have long tails. I'm going to cut these shorter. So let's do some dovetails here. Clippity clip. Wait, I'm using the wrong scissors. And make sure you use your fabric scissors. Ah, that's okay. Oh, Hobby Lobby in the doll section. Where, see? There's a section that I never go in. You know how you used to go into stores and I always stick to the floral aisle, the seasonal, Christmas, fall, and the ribbons, and of course the clearance aisle. Always check the clearance aisles. You never know what you're going to find in the clearance aisles. Always looking for those deals. You never know what you're going to find. Okay. I think we got a good bow going on. What do you think? Love it. Definitely the clearance. I'm a clearance junkie. Clearance junkie. All right, I'm gonna cut my palms into individual stems here, and that's what we're gonna start adding. And we're gonna get even more tropical. I feel like I should have luau music going, although Facebook doesn't like that. Oh, yes, that's where the cool kids hang out. Absolutely. I love going in there. Again, it may not, you see items that may not be relevant to what I do, but I love looking at things in a completely different way and how can I use that? That's what I do a lot when, if any of you have followed me and see my Tuesday thriftings. I go thriftings on Tuesdays and look for all different items that either for myself that I can add to my decor, or something that I can upcycle, remake, recreate, or use in a completely different way than which it was intended. To me, that is like, I get a rush from that. It's challenging, it's fun, it's exciting. Really? Your Goodwills are terrible? Do you have a Savers near you? I go to Savers a lot. I don't know if I have a Goodwill close to me. And you know another store that's great to go in? The Wreath store. Habitat for Humanity. They have great stuff in there too. And someone just told me there's a brand new thrift store in my area that I have not gone to yet. And I'm really, quite honestly, trying to not go in the thrift stores for at least for a little bit, because I have a lot of stuff that is just piling up and I'm running out of room. So I need to start creating that into items. One of my trays I normally buy, I get them for less than $10. They had them all priced at $12. Oh, really? I don't know about Savers, never heard of that. Yes, I do have Habitat for Humanity. Oh, you should Google Savers. I don't know if Savers is nationwide. I do know that it's in other states because people that follow me have told me. But Savers is a great store. But you need to know what you're looking for, and unfortunately, thrift stores, just like every other store and every other item, prices have gone way up. You know, those stores survive on donations, so they're getting the items for free. And sometimes what they're turning around and trying to sell them for is a bit out of reach. So you need to know your prices. Although someone once told me, how do you know what something is worth? And they said it's worth what someone's willing to buy it for. So you never know. There's something for everyone. Oh, no Savers in the South. Bummer. Bummer. It really is a fun store. Do I have this in here? Do you feel the tropical vibe coming alive here with these palms? That just sets it off. And see how all of a sudden the mesh really becomes the background for this. Oh, 12:48 already. I gotta start running. Thrift stores have learned that thrifting is a thing now and are taking advantage. Yes, like many other things, you're right. Because I see many people in there with their phones, you know, they're picking up items and they're researching it. Like they're looking for specific brands of items. Like there's a lot of, let's say, China or vases, certain names. I have found a few valuable things that I wasn't even aware of. I remember one time I was doing a live, making a floral arrangement. I'm always looking for beautiful bowls and containers and vessels to do arrangements in because I like to go for unique. And as I was working on this, someone had commented that it was a particular name. And she said, turn it over and read it. And sure enough, it was. And it was, I mean, it wasn't worth thousands, but I think I paid probably $5 for it. And it was probably valued at $75. So that's what the people are looking for. A lot of them resell. My friend has a resale store and everything is $1. Silver trays are always plentiful. I have to admit, I got rid of quite a few of them. My mom had a lot of silver, and I couldn't help but think, who wanted this silver that they have to shine, like polish? I don't have time for that. I do not have time for that, girl. So I got rid of a lot of it. But a lot of people specifically look for that stuff. So, yeah. I kind of feel bad now. I kept a few, but I got rid of a lot because how much can you have? And when I get rid of it, I donate it. So those people that are looking for that in the thrift store, I probably made them happy. And that's fine. Not everything is for everyone. All right, we're going to start adding these gorgeous blooms. How beautiful are these? I just love it. Well, yeah, I think if I still had it, Elizabeth, I'd learn to love it tarnished. But I know back in the day of like when my mother would have gotten that, that's not the look that they were going for. You know, they were setting a beautiful table where everything was just pristine and perfectly polished. And not even only that, the silverware, where they had real silver flatware. You think I'm going to sit there and polish all that? Girl, I do love it tarnished too. But I would be thinking I love it tarnished for the things that I'm going to use it for, which aren't necessarily what they were intended for, as though you were serving coffee or tea in those things. Like, would it be cool to serve it in a tarnished pot? I don't know. People might turn their nose down, but I just don't think that that is popular in today's world. The world has changed. I don't think many people have formal dinners like that. I know I don't. I look for easy recipes. Not to say that I don't like to get together and have a meal or create a meal and have company, but I do it in a much simpler, relaxed way. Not so formal. I can remember the dinners that my grandmother used to cook, like for hours to be in the kitchen. You know, it takes hours to cook and 10 minutes to finish eating the meal. And it's like, oh my God, it's over again. And I did all of that. Aw, thank you, Jamie. I just think that the colors are just so happy. I love the colors. Who could not love these colors? It just brings a smile to your face. Formal dishes here are DoorDash containers. Exactly. I'll be honest with you. I've never ordered DoorDash. I know my daughter does all the time. I've never done it. Not that I would be opposed to it. I just never do it. I have gotten takeout a lot. See, my idea of having a great meal is buying already made or ordering it catered, taking it in, and then putting it in all of my own dishes to make it look like I did it. But to me, presentation is everything. But I didn't take hours cooking it. I'm serious. I need this wreath. Let's talk after the live. You're so, oh wait, I need a glue stick. Ow, I need a glue stick. Okay. I love this orange and hot pink together. It's so pretty. Come on. She's totally screwed that up. Hold on, let's try that again. Fernanda, cooperate. Okay. Let me look back. We need one over there. I need a long one over there. It's kind of hard at this angle. I try and set it up that you can see it better, but it's hard for me to work. My fingers keep hitting the wrong letters. That's what was happening to me. Eileen kept saying another typo. You know, she always points out the typos. Let's get one over here. She didn't have my back. She had to point out that I typed it wrong. Those buttons are too big for my fat fingers. Okay, we need a couple of more orange up here. And I think I did it in perfect timing. There's another stress when you're in an event like this. You want to be creative, but yet you have to do it on a time constraint. And of course, I think we all get a little nervous saying, oh, are we going to need more time? Is it way too much time? And then sometimes it winds up being perfect. I think one more just here and we are done. Grapevine pointing out all the exactly, Michelle, right? Aren't you supposed to have you just make it's like fixing someone's crown without telling them that it was crooked. Just go with it. Don't point it out. Or it's like being at the table with my husband and kicking him under the table to send him a message. And he says, what are you kicking me for? Oh, really? Really? Okay. Let's just fluff this bow. I think Fernanda is very happy with her new home. And we have to get her together with the other flamingos so she can hang out with these flamingos. But let me show you a little bit up close. Isn't she just so pretty? She does rattle. She's going to make her presence known. And that's okay. She must not have any children because she's still a bright pink. For any of you that heard that before, it's the females that start to lose their bright pink color because they are depleted from their offspring. And I think that we can all relate to that. I may put another pink one there, see? I may not be done yet. Love it, so nice for summer on your door. Yes, I'm gonna go take some pictures of this. Thank you, Elizabeth. And I'd love to thank you again for the opportunity for being in this event. How special, how much fun. Thank you, thank you. Up after me, everybody stay tuned to the Memphis Bells page. And every hour on the hour will be a new creator. Jeremiah Dreams is up after me. I know that she is a very talented artist, so I am excited to see what she's gonna create. Yeah, so they say when you're giving me that look, well, it was just my night. Exactly, Lindsay. You know, sometimes, I don't know, they just don't get it. Or just, she is done, my ladies. Fernanda is finished. What do you think of Fernanda? Happy, fun, summery, tropical, bringing sweet, happy vibes of warm weather right up my alley. Meet you on the pool deck for a beverage in and out. You have no idea how I wish that were true. Margaritas, right? I'm in the mood for a margarita today. Maybe I could pack them in the cooler and bring them to my grandson's game. You know, I always have to go with my cooler. I'm where the cool people hang out. Thank you so much today. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to sign off. All of you, enjoy the rest of the creators for the day. Happy Saturday and have a fabulous weekend. Love you guys. I'm going to make my way around now to turn off the camera. Have a great day.